Self-loathing is the cause of most, not all, but most of the disease, at least in my fellow Americans that I see. Hi, I'm Angel. Thanks for stopping by. I know that's a controversial statement. I made it on social media recently, and I had a little backlash to it, so I thought I would talk a little more about it. I acknowledge there are viruses, there's bacteria, there's, other things besides our thinking that can get under our skin, literally. However, there's increasing amount of research that shows that negative thinking, in particular self-loathing, I'm using that phrase this week, but we can dive more into that another time. But in any case, that negative vibration, feeling like you're not enough, feeling like you're not healthy, thinking negative thoughts about yourself, damages your immune system. And viruses and bacteria are out in the world all the time. Most of the time, a healthy body, a healthy human can get exposed to all sorts of those things and be just fine. It's when we're compromised for one reason, like your skin gets breached or your immune system isn't working quite as well, and that's when you can get overrun by disease or inflammation. And a lot of our disease just comes from systemic inflammation. I've dealt with autoimmune stuff most of my life, which is the body attacking itself, is how Western modern medicine describes it. And really, the more I learn about it, the more I see it's a systemic issue that comes from me not listening to myself, not respecting and loving myself and taking good care of myself. And it turns into this self-fulfilling prophecy when you think that your body is attacking you or conspiring against you. You become resentful of your own body, and it can create a negative cycle of disease, basically. And I see I've been trapped in that, still perhaps am in some aspects, although I feel like I'm rapidly shifting out of that as I am able to become more self-aware and more self-loving. Really is the key to it. It is, a friend of mine said, well, that doesn't sound scientific. It is scientific. There's a vibrational coherence that happens in your body where your body's able to heal itself when it's fully in its highest state. And when it's not, when it's in its lowest state, it's susceptible to attack and disease and disorder from itself and everything else, basically. So back to my original point, I really think that most disease is a result of self-loathing and or not loving ourselves enough. And this is something I'm building a course on, and I'm going to be talking a lot more about in the days to come. And on that note, you can check the description below if you're interested. I've got some books, and soon we'll have a course. Might be out by now, depending on when you're watching this. And as well as a link to my website is down there in case you want to hire me for some consultant work. I'm doing a little bit of private coaching, not very many clients this year because I got some big projects on the horizon. But I do find that having a coach and coaching others is a helpful part of this whole cycle of increased self-awareness and self-love. So if that resonates with you, check it out in the description. And as always, I welcome your questions and comments. And I wish you love, lightheartedness, laughter, playfulness, peaceful conflict resolution. Don't forget to drive forward.